Good day, everyone. Look at that! The sun is out. Big, exciting moments here, guys. So I'm gonna clean off the tracker first. Jay asked me to do that one first. And then we'll go clean off the other panels. But sun is out. Hooray, hooray. Exciting moment. It's like 19 degrees though, so it's like freezing. But life is good. Jay tilted these up yesterday, hoping maybe the wind would blow them off. Obviously that did not work. So I'm gonna clean them off, and then he said, I gotta check the buttons, I gotta hit again. And then we'll maybe start tracking and charging. And then we can also see how the bifacial work if we're getting like extra sun or anything because of the bifacial panels and all the snow underneath it. All right, Jay said if set didn't work, it was quit. He wasn't sure which one. I tried set, it didn't work, so let's see if I press quit, if that works. There we go, it says SL. So he said it would take about 5 minutes or so for it to adjust. So we'll check back up on it while I clear off the panels. But soaking up every minute of these sunshiny days. They are few and far between here in northern Michigan in the wintertime. So we gotta soak up every ounce of sunshine we can get so we can keep these batteries in this bunker charged up. Let's clear off this giant array, and then I will go ask Jay what kind of solar input we're getting. All right, that last little layer on those panels is like ice. So we just gotta kind of let it melt on its own from the sunshine, but maybe we're getting a little bit of solar in. I don't know, I'll have to go ask Jay. All right, are we getting any solar yet? I just cleared off all the panels. There's still like a layer of ice on them, but some of them have a little bit of black showing through, so they might melt.
2 watts.
2 watts is better than no watts, and hopefully the sun will melt the ice on the panels. You want to bring me the buckets? I will refill them. Okay. I gotta make Jay work a little for me.
All right, guys, winter's here. Cold temperatures are here to stay. So we're going to be burning the wood stove full time.
One of our primary concerns is being safe. One way we are doing that is with the Siterwell carbon monoxide detector. We've previously worked with Siterwell, and we have their smoke detector in the mini cabin, and it has worked very well for the last year.
The Siterwell carbon monoxide detector is easy to install and plugs into any 120 volt outlet. It's perfect for taking with you on the go.
You can take it camping, to a hotel. It works well and protects you anywhere you go. And this has a loud 85 decibel alarm so that way you're sure not to miss it even if you're a heavy sleeper. Not only is the Siterwell carbon monoxide detector good for wood stoves, but also propane stoves or gas stoves if you are cooking with it, or if you're heating with a propane heater or your furnace.
We chose Siterwell because it has a 10-year lifespan, and it's better than the low-cost options you can buy online.
Don't trust those low-cost options.
The Siterwell carbon monoxide detector also complies with the UL 2034 standard.
UL listings require alarms to react in all environments, including cold, humidity, and heat.
The Siterwell carbon monoxide detector has LED indicator lights, so you can easily see the status of the unit. And it has a light breathing action, not to disturb you while sleeping at night. And it has simple one-touch silence mode.
If you're looking to protect your family and loved ones in your home, check out the Siterwell carbon monoxide detector. Use the links below to get the best deals possible. Thanks, Siterwell, for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back to the project. Solar panels are cleared, and ooh, look at that! The tracker has adjusted as well. Look at that. Adjusted to the sun. So that is exciting. I'll have to have Jay update y'all on how the input is going on that once he's outside. But that's it for now. We'll catch up with y'all once he gets out here. I'm gonna do some bird stuff because I gotta feed the birds and keep nature fed. So now that I've done my work, I get to do some play. And I'll make sure to give Jay lots of bird videos because I know how much y'all enjoy that. So what are we working on in here today, young man?
I don't know yet. All our batteries are at like 20, surprisingly 28%. Problem is I wanted to add
the Ruxus, right?
Yeah.
And the Eco-Worthies.
And we got 5 more batteries, but I can't stack these in front of the bus bars.
Can you put the Sun Gold one on its side next to the big one and then move those ones each up one and then you've got room for 3 Ruxus?
The problem with the Ruxus, I forget, is I can't use these bus bars because they have to all individually go to the bus bar. They can't go in parallel and then bus bar. So you need 3 connections just for the Ruxus. And there's so much stuff I could do in here. I need to do in here. I don't have any outlets yet. I need to do that at some point. I need to finish this over here. Capitalize on our last few batteries.
Yes.
Shows us getting 100 watts on the PV2, which is good because that's the bigger array.
What about the Eco-Worthy? Is that charging now that we cleared off those panels?
Yes. It was at like 2 amps coming in, and now that they're cleared off and facing the right direction, I was getting 5.5 amps and I'm getting 3.2. So it's charging that battery.
Finally figured out what we're doing. Maybe, kind of, sort of.
But we're going to move the Ruxu batteries over here, try to move all this stuff around one last time.
Then we're going to have the 3 Ruxus in here that are heated, plus the other Eco-Worthy one, or the Sun Gold, right? The other Sun Gold one that's heated. So then we're going to have a lot of heated batteries in here, which may help keep the heat in here. It has stayed a consistent 39 in here the last 3 days.
It got down to 18 degrees last night.
And it's stayed a consistent 39, so that is good news for us.
So let's go get some Ruxu batteries over here. Stop talking about it and move stuff around. We're trying to figure out something to do other than solar stuff, but solar stuff is just dragging on because we have to perfect this system.
And we'll be in and out of here all winter, perfecting the system more.
So hang out with us in the bunker one more day.
Look at that.
There might be room for those 2 Eco-Worthies on top here.
So those, you can't, the Ruxus have to be all connected.
Yeah, because they don't have regular terminals on them. If I had little jumpers to parallel them, you know, to put this to this to this. But I don't. And you can't make your own. But you're supposed to have equal length cables from all your batteries. Like every single cable I did from the bus bar to the main terminals is like 3 foot.
Okay.
Because the ones that are from the Sun Gold battery come with 3 foot. That one had 3, I had 3 footers for that single battery. Like everything's 3 foot to that bus bar. So if I do, like these come with a 2 foot, I think, I'll have to measure it, that go to the bus bar. They're already hooked to the bus bar. And then I just hook like a 1 foot cable to that. It's kind of equivalent. I mean, it's like, it's beyond my total understanding, but every battery has like, the more you're restricting the flow. And if you restrict the flow or have too easier flow, then this battery's gonna drain faster than this battery, and this battery's gonna charge faster than this. You know, if they're, you know, like I said, it's a little beyond my understanding completely, but I mean, I understand, but I don't know how to explain it or understand why.
Right.
You know? But anyway, like I said, we'll just start charging it when we're done here. I don't know what we're going to do with these. That's why I wish I could have tilted that up, you know, on its back.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. There's really no point in that, having the rack, if you're going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, hopefully, guys, we're going to have to turn our system down. It's really screwing with the cabin. Like all the stuff that you have to reset when your power goes out. Jenny's been resetting like 100 times lately. So she's normally a happy, smiley lady, but she says she pretty much doesn't want to switch all the times back to the times.
We get most of the stuff that goes back on its own, but the weather gauge that we have in the house does not, and it's not easy to set that one. I'm not the biggest fan of how it is to connect it, so.
All right, so let's see if we could just swap this. We won't know because the power in here. We're going from this system.
And we'll automatically go
and once
on.
I go up to Jen, it'll grab it right from the Blue Eddy. Should be instant. So
that 3 millisecond or whatever, right?
Yeah. Well, let's see if the cabin. Yeah. And now the Blue Eddy is on 260 watts.
Which
so
is
the
about
70,
normal.
Yeah, 70 watts in here for the lights, and then the cabin's around 200.
Let's hope it didn't reset.
Guys, I'm switching out all of my bus bars and everything. So I'm annoyed, but hopefully we have everything in the right spot for final now. We have every battery we own in here, right?
Mm-hmm. Unless somebody says.
Unless we work with another company, but it's winter time, so we're chilling out a little bit. It's harder to do stuff, and we don't need any more right now. So we're not doing any more deals. If they want to do deals with us, we could just give you guys batteries. So anyway, let's show you our setup. What we're going to do right now is swap out our bus bars from the 200 amp ones that only have 4 lugs to our Rookzoos that have they're 300 amp ones, I believe, and they have like a bunch of lugs on them. So we can run our Rookzoos to them, because these Rookzoos cannot be run in parallel to each other. They have to be run directly to a bus bar. That's complicating things a little bit, but we're hopefully just going to swap these two bus bars out. So guys, this is going to be super fun to watch. I'm just moving wires around, so I'll film a little bit of it, but we'll show you the end product hopefully in an hour or so. So the first step to taking these bus bars off is to turn every battery off.
Big moment here, guys. We have so many batteries. This is the big moment. Jason was all excited to get all these batteries in here and connected. You were!
I'm a little terrified now, just to be honest.
He's terrified to turn them on, but we have 5, 10...
I'm terrified to turn them on. I'm terrified to burn the woods down.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50... 70,000 watt hours. Insane. Jay now has the most powerful off-grid system on YouTube. Maybe.
I mean, I know from watching videos that you're supposed to have fuses on every single line from here to the bus bar, but there's breakers on every system other than the Ruxus. So anyway, we're still running on the Blue Eddy, the cabin, but I want to get this system up and activated so when I switch over it's instant, so Jenny doesn't have to reset everything. So we have 0 communication set up. That way all these batteries will equalize. I don't know if I should turn them all on right now. I kind of want to, just to test everything, and then we'll run the generator for a day. We're going to run it for the next 24 to 48 hours just to top everything off. Mm-hmm. But what I'm probably going to do is turn everything on now, see what everything does, and then I'll shut certain banks down and charge smaller banks at a time. And then turn them all on and run the generator again. That way, they're not fighting each other the whole time for current, I guess, or for power. But anyway, let's turn the Ruxus on.
Good luck.
Ruxus have been shut down for a while, so let's turn one on, turn one on, turn one on. So all 3 of these are on. All these clips are in good. I checked all my connections twice. So that says it's charging. Why would it be charging? Oh, it might be pulling from the other batteries, because that one's a little weaker, so it's probably pulling from those 2. Dead. So we should have voltage here. The Ruxus, we do not have you know what we have? Right up there by you, there's a little box with the eco-worthy. Here, I gotta put that in real quick.
What is this thing?
I don't know, we're supposed to have one of these per battery. This is like a little screen so you can see.
Like what the Vaderers have on them?
Yeah.
Okay. It's early.
Alright, so this is not an RS-485, it's an RS-332 or 232. 232. So I don't have to guess it. Plugs into the only port that says RS-232, and this will come on once we turn on the battery. So Ruxus are all on. Let's flip the switch. And then turn there we go. Goes through its 30-second little startup. Inverter kicked on. There we go. Inverter just kicked on. Let's kick on an eco-worthy battery. Let's kick on this one with the...
Does that thing tell you?
It should. It should tell us a lot of stuff. We're running it. Ooh, there we go. And we'll power it up. 52.54. So that's the same. So at least we can see everything. Let's kick on this other eco-worthy battery. They all say they're all going through their startup. Two lights charged out of 6 instead of 4. So anyway, we're running. Everything's 52.6 volts. I don't know what to do from here. Maybe just run on those systems. So if we had a shutoff on each wire going to each wire, like look at that, there's 10. 9. There's 2 coming from, going to the system. There's 9 different cables. A bank of each one. I did each of these. I could parallel these. I cannot parallel the Ruxus because they each have their own little special fitting. But I could parallel these like I did the Vaderers, but I just figured, what the heck. They were close, and I had the wires already pre-made. Everything on this system is run with a 3-foot cord. That way they all reach. That way they all have similar resistance. So, other than the big monster battery has a 3-foot cable, but it's like a 2-watt. Let me put my coat back on. I'm freezing again now. So, we should be rocking and rolling. I'm debating whether to, like I said, let's turn over the cabin. Let's flip it over down the line. There, it just kicked on, so now taking power out. There.
Very cool.
So I think the best bet to do is to run on half the batteries, charge them up tonight.
Okay.
And
charge up the other half tomorrow?
Yeah, and then in the morning we'll run just on, we'll turn on some of the Vaderers.
Okay.
And we'll turn off everything here because these will all be full after.
Yeah.
This is 25,000 watt hours. In 10 hours, this should charge up these
9.25 hours.
Yeah. So 9 to 10 hours, these should all charge up. But let's just go kick on the generator and charge these up. Now we're going to be inside for the night, so we won't even hear it. Jenny will go start dinner. I'll kick the generator on, come down here, and make sure everything's running and not doing anything goofy.
Sounds like a plan, Stan. Thanks for making a powerful bunker.
Probably really turned on, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
They got the most powerful bunker on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have trouble keeping her hands off me tonight. All right, guys. We'll catch up with you in a little bit. I'll go start the generator, top off the gas, and we'll eat some dinner, and I'll come out and check them in a few hours before we go to bed and let you know how everything goes. Everything's probably at like 30% right now.
Almost 5.
Almost 5. So we'll let it run for 5-6 hours and see what happens. All right, guys. So Jen went to bed. I just got done editing. It's about 10:30, so I want to make sure it's monitored to some degree. So let's go check the solar first, I guess. Hey guys, good morning. Still morning, yeah, 11 o'clock. I woke up in the middle of the night, checked the solar. Solar was good. I woke up at about 5:30. You go outside, Scooter? Come on, boys. Woke up at about 5:30 and the generator had just shut down, and the solar man app told me that the batteries were full. Scout and I are on the same path here. Different objective, but same path. Some kind of metaphorical meaning to something there, I'm sure. Anyway, Jen told me the solar bunker this morning was at 42 degrees. It is 20 degrees out right now. So for this bunker to be 22 degrees warmer than it is outside is a good sign. I have now insulated the door. And I have now insulated the ceiling. And of course I'm keeping the door closed, which I was not doing when it was right around freezing temps, because I just didn't see the need when it was around freezing. Just wanted to see what it would do in here. But yeah, we got quite the setup in here now, and nothing burned down last night, so that's a good thing. Hi, buddy. What? Camera shy? Yeah. So 5:30 this morning. I can't remember last night if I told you. Before I went to bed, all the batteries were at like 60%. These 5, the 2 Eco-Worthies and the Ruxus. So I turned on the 2 new Vaderers because I didn't want the generator to run and not have anywhere to put the power. So I turned on the 2 other Vaderers. So we have 7 batteries that were 100% this morning at 5:30. It's now 11:30. I had the solar turned off. The solar panels are covered in snow right now. Obviously, we're getting nothing. That's surprising. We should be getting something. And we're getting voltage. And 355, 250 volts and 330 volts. So we have the voltage, we just don't have the amps. So at least they're working, or they're showing that they're working there. So 100% 6 hours ago. We have, I don't believe the Ruxu batteries have an app or Bluetooth. So we have 4 lights on all 3 batteries. State of charge, 4. 6 lights on the Eco-Worthies. And those are, I don't have a pad for those, but I do have a pad for this one. 89% on this Eco-Worthy battery, and 1 amp is coming out of there. I'm wondering if magnets are bad for battery cells. I wouldn't think they would put magnets on them if they were, but it's a little bit concerning, I guess. So yeah, 89% on this one Eco-Worthy. I don't know if magnets affect power stream. Just like I said, I wouldn't think they would put them on there if it mattered. Because you're going to obviously stick this to something that's metal, which is a battery pretty much. Tell me if magnetic force interferes with DC current. Because I had it sticking right here to the side of the Vaderer. And then these 2 Vaderers that are working are at 93%. 93%. So those 2 are balanced good. That's good. 89%. This is probably somewhere in the same general area. So I'm going to go brush those panels off because the sun is out. We're getting a little bit of charge from the tracking system because with those bifacial panels, I don't know how much. Let me see. 2 amps are going into the Eco-Worthy battery. That thing has said 70% of charge for days. So I don't know. That's not reading the percentage on the front of that accurately. Don't know why. And now I can't see the state of charge lights on this one. Yeah, I can. Kind of. So maybe I'll have to pull this battery out. But we're going to run this for the day. And then what I'm going to do for the next few days is in the evening when we're inside. I don't want to listen to it all day. I'm going to run that generator for a tank of gas, which is like 6 to 10 hours. It lasted last night for 8, no problem. And I'll leave these 7 batteries on, and I'll turn on maybe these 2. We're going to slowly crawl all these up to 100% and then run the generator when they're all at 100% and get them topped off as best we can and balanced. 53.1 volts. 53.1 volts on the inverter. And the Eco-Worthy battery is at 53.1. Whew, it is chilly. It's like 20 degrees out, so I'm letting all my heat out of here. The big battery's not on. That single battery's not on. 3 of these Vaders are not on. Sorry to ramble, guys. Just try to let you guys that are interested and been following this journey all summer of moving this stuff, and all of you who have been here for years, seeing how we've progressed. We appreciate you. Your lovely comments have really motivated me lately. So thank you. And to all our members too. We got a lot of new members here, and we love it, and it helps our channel a lot. And YouTube sees that, and it helps us in more than just your contribution ways. It helps everyone know that we're doing a good job, so thank you. But sorry I'm rambling, just obligated and want to, share how everything's going here. Our Blue Eddy still has been sitting here. It's at 59%. I haven't had any solar going into it in probably a month, because I took the panels down that were sitting on when we put the new array on. So, I haven't had it on full time because it hasn't had any solar in it. I'm not going to leave it running. It'll just go dead over a week or so. But yeah, let me go brush off those panels. First good night with a whole new setup. Every battery is connected. Not all of them are on, but every battery is connected. My next step is I'm going to go on Will Prose's website and see what kind of fuses or disconnects I need for all of these lines. So I need 9 of them. I need to put a disconnect between each battery bank, because if we have a malfunction in one battery, it could potentially draw from all batteries, and a lot of amps could be going through there. So I know that's dangerous, but I need to get some parts. So I'll do some research later today and get something ordered up. The only thing pulling on the batteries right now is the cabin. A couple hundred watts. Actually, it's more like 300 to 400 watts, because Jen's had the Christmas trees going. She sets up a couple little Christmas trees for the holidays in the cabin. So anyway, let's turn the power off here. Let me go brush them panels off, see if we can get a little bit of charge on this system. These ones are clearing off a little bit here and dripping. Drip, drip, drip. 20 degrees and dripping. I'm going to clear panels for 10 minutes. You guys don't need to watch me do that. And we'll get on to some fiddle farting today. Oh, I used 5 gallons, and then this one's empty too. So I've used 10 gallons, but the generator's full still, so that'll be another whole night of charging. I'm going to try to find a piece of cardboard. I'm going to try to find a piece of cardboard or a board or something and put it up here on the wall, and I'll keep track of how much stuff we use. I always have good intentions. I hope I do it this time.